Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of our 2025 Summer Movie Series preview. Today, as you can see on the screen, we are going to talk about SMURFS 2025 version. And before we do, we want to thank each and every one of you for continuing to watch this series. Hope you join us for the remainder of our series. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. But in terms of this episode, we couldn't have done it without our fine folks over at Nashville Tax Solutions. Darren, if you wouldn't mind sharing some words.
Hey, Fort Pierce, Palm Bay, are tax problems weighing you down? Are you behind on filings? Facing a lien? Nashville Tax Solutions here with expertise and dedication you need. Their experienced team handles the IRS so you do not have to. But don't just hear it from us. Clients say it best. Chris Bennett and his team turned a nightmare into peace of mind. They're sharp, they're honest, and they truly care. So don't let tax stress take over your life. Call 855-627-4829. Visit NashvilleTaxSolutions.com or email info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com today. Nashville Tax Solutions, real help and real results.
Thank you, Darren. And so as I mentioned, tonight we are going to talk about, hopefully the right image shows up here, but we are going to talk about this movie, SMURFS, the 2025 edition. This is the fourth SMURFS movie, I believe, in its franchise. So I'm going to go ahead and read just a quick synopsis here. Evil wizard Gargamel has plagued the happy, peaceful SMURFs for a very long time. Finally, he succeeds in chasing the little blue people from their village and through a magic portal, which transports them to Manhattan and into the life of ad executive Patrick Winslow. Only 3 apples high and lost in the Big Apple, the SMURFs must find a way back to their world before Gargamel tracks them down. So this is a movie. It's got a cast such as John Goodman, Rihanna, Kurt Russell, and others. So yes, this is the 4th installment. So let me give you some numbers here, okay? So 2011, the original SMURFS movie came out, $110 million budget, made $563 million. So that's nothing to sniff at. So, of course, they continued on in SMURFS 2, 2013. Again, $105 million budget and still made $347 million. Now, where they went wrong here is in 2017, they decided to release a movie called SMURFS Lost Village. And they said, you know what? Let's go with a smaller budget. So they did a $60 million budget instead, and it showed only $197 million compared to the previous there. So in 2025, they decided for whatever reason there needs to be a 4th SMURFS movie. And this is what I call the Colorado Rockies of the 2025 summer movie preview, because this is as bad as it gets in terms of what we've seen so far. We had a little bit of fun with a movie not too long ago, if you watched the episode where we talked about the Phoenician scheme. So I got to ask you, Darren, like, if you're forced to, you got to go to Mystery Monday night, and I don't know, but if your 2 choices were Phoenician scheme and this pile of garbage, the SMURFs, what are you choosing?
I want to say the Phoenician, probably. I'll tell you why. You want to know why? True story. Because 2 reasons. One, I'll sleep. I'm sure I would get a great nap, air conditioned, dark, because the Smurf would be loud and Rihanna music.
Yes.
And, and she's a wonderful, musician, singer. But you get all that nonsense going on. And plus, no. Just
No, I do feel bad calling it garbage. So my apology. I shouldn't say garbage. However, if I want to watch Blue
Refuge,
Man, see the Blue Man group, right? Instead of the SMURFs, I would see the Blue Man group.
Yes.
So not interested in this movie.
With a dollop of whipped cream heads. There's just
Yes. I've never. I don't know. And then to make it worse, to be around a ton of people watching this movie, that just doesn't sound interesting. Now, of course, if I had a child of that age that wanted to watch it at home, that's one thing, because I can scroll on my phone or whatever. That's usually frowned upon at the movie theater. And I remember that we were talking about our review of Mission Impossible the other day, and not only with the couple next to us making comments left and right of just over the topness, but they were on their phone 62% of the movie. So let alone that's annoying, but then the light distracting, and it was just not a great movie experience.
But listen how funny it would be, right? If that would have happened while you were watching the Smurfs, and you very poignantly, politely said to her, "Excuse me, I'm trying to understand the plot."
Yes.
Gargamel speaks. I need to listen.
Or, yes, will you please shut the Smurf up, please? But yes. I feel like if I went to see the Smurfs, like if I was forced to go see this movie, I would spend, so at the baseball game, you go to concession stand and it takes a couple innings sometimes if they're really busy. Like I would order myself like the items, like the pizza, like the movie theater pizza that take 12 to 15 minutes to get, I'd probably get 4 or 5 refills on the drink, maybe collect the movie poster on the table on your way out.
Right.
I find any excuse to not be in the theater if I absolutely had to see this movie. I hope I'm wrong.
You're not.
But I don't think
You're not.
So
people will say things like, well, it made $500 million, $500 million, made $563 million. Even the last one only made $183 million. Still a big success on a $60 million budget. Okay, listen, McDonald's, right? Would you say that's gourmet food?
I would not say that's gourmet food.
All right, but it's very popular, and there's a lot of them. So that's what this is. This is for a demographic that wants the kid to watch something while they don't have to occupy their child. Because if you're a grown adult and you do you, and you go in this because you are a big fan of Smurfs, I wish you well. That's wonderful, but we're probably not going to the same places. We're probably not going to each other's house to watch television.
Like, okay, so I can see, like, I'll admit I'm a Disney guy. When I was able to go to Disney, I would go and have a great time. There's nothing wrong with that. But like Seinfeld and George would say in Seinfeld, there's nothing, not that there's anything wrong with it.
Correct.
But if you're going by yourself to see the Smurfs on Saturday at 10 a.m., there's some questions that I have for you.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Now,
and again, non-judgmental, just wondering, talk to me about that process. You wake up in the morning, listen, you're probably wearing sweatpants, maybe. I don't know. You want to be casual because
you probably like the canned cheese.
Yes, you're not having a big business meeting. You're just having the day. It's a Smurf day. And it's funny because the people who are blue don't make you blue. They make you happy, which is very, very nice. And it's wonderful for kids and for families, for camps. We love that. But it's not mine. Listen, I feel the same way about opera. If there's a movie about opera, if they were also blue. But
yes, I remember a true story so my very first or my second job was at Cinema World, and I worked there for about a couple of years. There was a couple that saw Phantom of the Opera 71 times.
Oh, I don't doubt.
In its run, like it was there for 4.5, 5 weeks, so they saw it 71 times, and like, dear God. But hey, everyone's afloat their boat.
Was it work being done on the house?
Right? Yeah, they were seniors, so they're like, maybe I'll see something the 71st time that I haven't seen before. But again, Darren said it. Not much more to say here. If you want to see a movie, so that you can scroll on your phone, maybe bring your laptop, maybe put on Boss headphones and listen to something else, anything else, this is the movie for you. It's probably frowned upon to drop your kids off at the theater and not sit with them, so you got to watch it. And I just pray that your child is not one that wants to see this movie over and over again. Like, fortunately, I enjoyed things like Franklin and Wheels on the Bus and stuff like. I was a Barney despiser. We didn't have Barney in this house, but hopefully
Franklin was good.
Barney was good. Okay.
No, Franklin was good.
Franklin. Yeah, I love Franklin.
Franklin was good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Fact about Franklin, the voice actor of Franklin is actually a very successful independent music artist right now. He's doing really,
I did not know that. So let me ask you this, okay? And people, when you're watching this, seriously, email us or private message us on social media. Let me know. First off, did you watch Blue's Clues? Speaking of the color blue, did you watch Blue's Clues?
Yes.
We did in our house. We loved it.
Yes. We just got a letter.
Yes.
And I loved his video that he made many years later. And
yes.
Yeah.
But so my question was, so were you a Steve guy, a Joe guy? Who was your lead guy? Was it Steve or was it Joe? And then there was the other guy. I don't remember his name. But
I like the pepper and salt shakers. They were pretty cool. But
yes, they were great. With baby paprika.
Guy, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was a Steve Burns guy. You know.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right. During the heat of COVID, no pun intended, when he just came on and asked how people were doing, that was full of grace. That was amazing.
So good. Now, his exit from the show when they went to the next person and the next one, it's kind of like the equivalent of a baseball, because we're a baseball podcast for the most part, right? So it's like the equivalent of a player getting traded mid-game, like he gets to second base. Like it was just that awkwardly quick. Like it was just another random episode. Oh, I'm going away forever. Bye. Like it was.
I'm going to college.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever hear the video as to why he left?
Yes. Yeah, it was good to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense.
And Joe did a fine job. Joe was fine. And then, but you know, but come on, we're Steve guys. So see, you could talk about Blue, and we love Steve and Blue's Clues. Not so much Smurfs.
Not so much. And you got to wonder when you do a show like Blue's Clues, like how is your personal, like, can you go to Applebee's with buddies and have an adult conversation, or are you grabbing your salt and pepper shakers and making funny voices with them because that's what you do behind the green screen all day long? I don't know.
No, I don't. But you know you're going to get recognized. You know.
So, but guys, check out this movie, The Smurfs, coming to a theater near you in July, I believe. If you want to make your kids happy, take them to see this movie. They'll have a good time. You'll lose a little bit of what's left inside of you, but that's okay. I guess there's
wow, that was awesome.
Any final thoughts on this? You
good? Talk us out. You know what to say. It's time to go.
So thank you so much for watching this episode of 2025 Summer Movie Preview Series. Again, tomorrow, check us out. The complete opposite. We'll be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. You want to check that one out. And each and every day, we have new content coming for you through the month of June, the top blockbusters of 2025. With that said, we'll see you next time around the ballpark. Bye, guys.